Hi viewers, and welcome to another episode of On the Farm, where we are vocal about everything local. I am Shakima Hanley. On this episode, it tends to be very educational as we'll be speaking to the quarantine officer from the Department of Agriculture about the fungus that affects banana and plantain crops known as the Black Sigatoka. But before we get into that discussion, we'll take a short commercial break and be right back after this.
Fresh local fruit and vegetables produced for our nourishment. Buy local, eat local.
Welcome back. I have with me the quarantine officer from the Department of Agriculture, Mr. Quincy Bat. Quincy, welcome to On the Farm, and how are you today?
I'm doing very well.
Tell us, what is Black Sigatoka?
Yes, Black Sigatoka is a leaf spot disease and it is very virulent, meaning that it spreads quickly. It takes about 8 to 10 days to see any leaf spotting.
What pathogen causes this disease?
This disease is caused by a fungus.
What are the crops it affects?
The crops that the Black Sigatoka affects is under the Musica species. When we're talking about Musica species, we're talking about bananas, plantain, and heliconias, those type of species of plants.
How can a farmer identify it?
Well, Black Sigatoka, as I said, it's a leaf spot disease. First, it starts very, very small on the underleaf of the plant. It starts a small speck of yellow, then it turns to a brown streak. Then this streak becomes widened and it increases in color of brown spots. And it also, you can find it on the underside of the leaf. And then it progresses to a blackening around the midrims. And with this midrims, the plant starts to deteriorate. So that is the common symptoms of the Black Sigatoka.
And how can you prevent it?
This is prevent by cultural practices. First thing, we try to tell the farmer, when you're setting up your banana plot, choose the ideal location for a banana plot, which is in a sunny area, because this disease, it is spread much easily when there is the environment is humid. So you want it sunny, not too in a kind of area that promotes humidity. 2, you look at drainage. You have to, the plants should not be in sitting in any water. You have to drain properly, because by the use of water it can spread rapidly as well. Also, field sanitation is a next method you can use. Cutting down the grass to keep down humidity, and also it increases the strength of the banana plant as well. And then the next thing we will look at is leaf pruning. So leaf pruning deals with the plant density. You don't want too much of bananas going together. Ideally, you want 3 banana plants. In banana production, we call the bananas grandmother, daughter, and baby. So you want that continuous concession. So once you get 3, you just prune. Pruning meaning removing those small little suckers that come underneath the banana plant. Also, the banana plant leaf, you have to get rid of the spores that are found on the leaf. So once you see the symptoms on the leaf, you cut that infected leaf and you put the leaf down on the ground where the midrim is facing up, because all the spores are on the upper side of the leaf. Once you put it facing down, the spores cannot be spread by the wind. So that's another method it can be spread as well. Also, starting off with good planting suckers is very vital. That's a form of biosecurity. So we're making sure that in the first place, once you're planting, you plant with your plants are clean and healthy. And next thing you have to be aware of is chemical control. The type of chemical controls we use for banana production is fungicides. So we have contact fungicides that kills the plant, the fungus on contact. We have systemic fungicides that go through the root of the plant and gives it a protection as well. And the next thing, when you're using with fungicide, you have to rotate them. You don't want the fungus to develop any immunity and resistance.
You made mention of fungicide, systemic and contact.
Yes.
Give some examples to persons who may not know what the difference are. Give some examples of some that might be popularly known to persons already.
So when we're choosing fungicides, we always try to their sensitivity to the fungus and also the environmental impact. We here at the department try to encourage farmers to use more environmentally friendly chemicals. So we have a chemical named Senrigade. This is a biological pest fungicide that contains a bacillus. I also have a fungicide, but this fungicide is a good fungicide that kills the fungus of the plant. And then we have a systemic fungicide named Bellis. This penetrates the plant and gives the plant a prolonged effect. And as well, where we talking about these fungicides, they are post-harvest intervals, meaning the time when you spray and you can eat it is very short, maybe 1 or 2 days, because they are safe pesticides.
Okay, you made mention of one of the methods of preventing or controlling the spread during production with the use of certain control methods. And you made mention of using a fungicide. I know in some production, before you plant something, you can drench with a chemical. Does this apply to bananas? Like if you have a sucker and you choose to drench it in a fungicide before planting, can that prevent the contraction of the fungus?
Yes. The question you pose is how we apply the pesticides. When we apply the pesticides, we try to go foliar spray, meaning that you spray the leaves of the plant. Mm-hmm. When we spray in the leaves of the plant, we want a fine mist on the plant. So things like a knapsack spray might not be the best because the particle size is too big. So we try to encourage farmers to use a mist blower or electrical knapsack sprayer that gives us a fine mist that gives you that evenly coat on the plants. And drenching, we normally use systemic fungicides to drench the plants so they could take up the roots of and go through. And when we're applying new plants, we drench them in these fungicides.
Do you know of any varieties that are not susceptible to the Black Sigatoka?
Well, the thing is that not susceptible there are 1 or 2 varieties that have some slight resistance to the disease, but if there's a lot of spores around it, it would eventually catch it. But things like the horse banana and the silk banana, it takes slower time for them to be infected.
What are the economics effects of this disease?
Well, as what we were saying, that this disease is a leaf-borne disease. It affects the leaves, and the leaf is the part of the plant that produce food. And once you don't have enough leaves, it cannot bear sufficient bunches, because once you have a banana and you don't have 5 healthy leaves, it can't produce a good bunch. So once you don't have good bunches, your income is lower. So that's one of the aspects. Number 2, your cost of production goes up, because you have to do a lot more maintenance compared to a healthy plant, because these maintenance include leaf pruning and spraying, and sometimes the spraying in highly infected fields, you might have to spray every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks up.
Okay. Just to wrap up, is there anything you want to tell farmers who are in banana and plantain production with regards to this disease going forward, so they can make sure, have a look out for it? Yes, it's on the island.
Yes.
We know it's here. So is there anything you need to tell them, just so that they can be more prepared and ready in the event that they do see some signs and symptoms of it on their farm?
Yes, I would like to tell all the banana farmers and aspiring banana farmers that banana is a wonderful crop. However, it do takes work. Sometimes we get a notion that, oh, banana, I just dig and plant.
They need much attention.
And they don't need much attention.
Yes.
and I will get something. Yes, that might be true in certain extent, but we always try in agriculture to get agriculture to be a business and make it profitable. So care is needed, and these care is needed is you have to be vigilant. Look at the signs of the banana, because a healthy tree gives all green leaves. Once it's different, you have to look at the signs and symptoms of the disease, and that is very important. And make sure you get clean seedlings, because those you have to start. It's like your foundation. You have to get a good foundation to get something good.
Okay, thank you, Quincy, for
Yes.
being here on the farm with us.
Yes, yes.
And thank you for making it very informative and educational. And we do hope that farmers would be able to benefit from this, and it would encourage them going forward
Yes.
to make sure, look keenly into their crops, their banana and
Yes.
plantain crops, to see if they are infected by the disease and how they can try and control it before it wipes out their entire crops.
Yes.
Thank you again for being on the farm.
All right. Thank you.
All right, and have a
very
good
much.
one. All right, bye.
All right.
And there you have it, viewers. Another episode of On the Farm, straight out of a banana plantation, where we are vocal about everything local. I am Shakima Hanley. And just to recap, we discussed the fungus that affects banana and plantain production, which is known as the Black Sigatoka. And I do hope that this episode was very informative and educational and beneficial to you farmers who are viewing. Bye until next time.